Potato crisps inside a cookie. Now that sounds absolutely illegal, but somehow this recipe has broken the internet. And of course, as the potato queen, I have to give it a go. Could this be how I make my cookies going forward? I saw this recipe from the Feed, which is Lisa Thompson. Seen another one as well that puts like crisps on top. So we're gonna do a bit of a montage. We're gonna scissor those cookies together and make one beautiful one. To kick this off, we are going to do, some chocolate coated crisps. So we've got some dark chocolate, 60, 70%. 6, 7. So let that melt. In the meantime, we're gonna blend down some crisps with the flour. So we're making like a potato-y flour. Oh my God, get on. Into here, we've got our flour, which is, I was gonna say all-purpose flour. Is that American? Plain flour. All-purpose flour. I'll put the recipe up here because I don't know what the measurements are. My good time gal has weighed all of this out. This is 25 grams. We need 70 grams. I feel like I could eat a lot more crisps than I think I should. Here in the Poppy Cooks studio, which I also call the Pink Hippo Studios, because I am Pink Hippo, that's me in the background. We are a little bit obsessed with Chris Sago. Spargo. Chris Spargo. And I watched a video and he taught me what that E means, which I always thought it just meant estimate, which it kind of is. But it does mean that actually you never quite know how much you're getting in your packet. Spargo. We're such big fans, I don't even know his name. I'm just rubbish with stuff like that. And I've got to go and present an awards show soon, but I am terrified of pronouncing everyone's name wrong, because once I get it in my head that I'm gonna get it wrong, I get it wrong. So if anyone's got any tips on how to stop doing that, please let me know. Blend the crisps and the flour together. I think having a little bit of extra texture in there is kind of part of the point. So you've got tiny little flakes of potato still in there, very fine, but still there slightly, which is great. And that saltiness is gonna add delicious flavor. Because normally, if you are making cookies, you do want a pinch of salt in there at least. Even just anything sweet, anything baked, always add a pinch of salt. It just elevates, like you would in a savory dish, it brings out the sweet flavors in a sweet dish as well. All the big ones in there. And then we've got our melted chocolate. You don't want any of the water from the bottom of the bowl going into the into the crisps and the chocolate. Pour it over and then give them a good toss. Some chunks of chocolate in there. It's all going in the cookie, so that is good. Oh my God, I love chocolate. Oh my God, I'm gonna lick the bowl. Oh, that is a glorious sound. Get them as coated as you can. I went through a phase last year where I just started just eating a bowl of melted chocolate. If I could find something to dip into it, then yes, I would. Ritz crackers are great and dipped into melted chocolate. A strawberry occasionally for health, banana, but then most of the time just spooning in hot melted chocolate. One day, if all of this, goes tits up and I have to go back to normal life, you will find me on my £600 life on TLC, because I've force-fed myself melted dairy milk. Scatter these. Oh, I thought you were ready, Jamie. My videographer decided that he looked like he was ready to me, but wasn't. So we've already done half onto the tray, but now he's going to zoom in and you'll see this now. Look at that. Oh, wow. Is that good? Spread them out slightly so that they set. I don't think they need to be completely separated, but because I think I've eaten so many crisps when I've taken some out, I think we've got more chocolate than we do crisp, but I'm okay with it. A good sprinkling of flaky salt. I was going to set these out here, but we've got a little bathroom in the studio, which is absolutely freezing cold. So I'm going to go and put this in the toilet to set, and they'll be done very shortly. Don't worry, no one really uses the toilet. I do. In here I also have a shower for no apparent reason. You used it once, didn't you? My family used it once as well. A dog bed and lots of crowns. No context needed there. Now that the potato chips are setting in the toilet, we make the rest of the actual cookie dough. So we've got some sort of amount of soft brown sugar. We'll put the recipes here. Ding! Then melted butter that's been cooled slightly. Some vanilla. I'm going to use this paste. Oh, that's quite a lot. I do quite like a vanilla-y cookie. So mix the sugar, butter and vanilla together. Just beating it. Oh my God, butter's just splashbacking all over. Just so that we're ready for the next step. Into the flour that you've got your crisps in, just half a teaspoon of baking powder as well. Then back into your sugary, buttery mix, we're going to beat in an egg. Had a delightful plop to it, that did. Just until it's homogenized. Do it again. Oh, hit me in the face. It's fine. I'm used to it. Disgusting. God, that looks lovely, that does. So there's your sugar, butter, egg. So we need 3/4 of a teaspoon of bicarb or bicarbonate of sodium. Bicarbonate of sodium. Yeah. And a tablespoon, that's half a tablespoon, of hot water. So I'm just going to use the stuff that was at the bottom of the chocolate. Oh, it's fizzy. And you mix that into your wet ingredients, which I believe should help with the rising slightly of the cookies, but I'm not 100% sure on the science behind having baking powder and bicarb in, but we'll see what it tastes like at the end. You also need a pinch of salt in your flour, and then the flour goes in. That is everything. Yes, that is everything. When I'm doing stuff like baking, I like to add flour or dry ingredients in 3 parts, just so it gets evenly distributed. So this is part 1, which we will fold through. Oh, this is quite crunchy. I quite like the texture of this. This is reminding me of a Lion bar. I don't know why. It's part 2. What I love about cookies as well is that you can just freeze the dough. To freeze your cookie dough, there are 2 different methods. There's the log method, which you make this lovely sausage of cookie dough, and then you can just cut it off as and when you need it. Or you can be real bougie. This is like you've got time to get this ready. You can scoop it with an ice cream scoop, and then you can freeze them into balls. And then you just remove your balls, get them on a tray and bake them. Last bit of flour, and then we'll cut to adding the chocolate toilet crisps. Done. Our toilet crisps are back, lovely and set. Oh God, oh. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's delicious. Smash them up slightly or heavily. I'm gonna keep literally just like 3 out to maybe finish off with. The cookies, finish the cookies off with. Oh, they're really, okay, hang on. They've set really hard. That's for me later. Ah! That will do, I think. Oh no! Oh no! Ah. I've got a stomach of steel because they've been in the toilet, they've been on the floor, I'll eat them, I'm good. I'll deal with the consequences another time. I'm just going to break them up slightly with my hands as they go in because there's some really big bits. There's been a lot of chocolate there. Mix it until they're incorporated to a degree. Some of these are massive. We can get them onto a lined baking tray. So I'm going to be using an ice cream scoop to get lovely little balls of crispy goodness. Just about anyway. Look at that, it's cute. I love that it's got crisps covered in chocolate in it. So does she. If you heard that. She loves the sound of that. Yeah. Yeah, girl. You can't have any of these yet, but in a few months, love. I'm going to put these in the fridge. They're not going to bake on this tray because I've made some massive and made some, they're not quite very even, but they're going to go in the fridge to set for about an hour or 2 till I get her to sleep. And then we can bake them off and eat them. Okay, so the cookies have had about 2 hours maybe, just to set in the fridge, just to chill out a little bit. I've made these quite monstrous, or in the words of Jamie Oliver, gnarly. Gnarly. They're gnarly. In the words of Jamie Oliver and Cat's Eye. Do you want a cookie? You want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? Do you want a cookie? We're going to bake off 4 cookies because we all want a cookie.
Which sister wanted a cookie.
Oh, and Lottie. We need 6 cookies. Okay. Christian will be back as well. 7. I might cook the lot. 8. 8. Do we get a higher bid than 8? 9. 9 in the corner. Thank you very much. I'd love to be able to do that really quick auction voice. 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, we'll do 8. These are going to go These are going to go into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 12 minutes. I've got the crisps to put on top. Hang on. I'm going to press some crisps into them. That's not going to work, is it? That's massive. But these little ones. I saw another video that had crisps pushed onto them. So I'm also incorporating that. I also ate a lot of the cookie dough. It was delicious. Cookie dough's kind of fallen off a little bit, hasn't it? Like, it was a real big thing a few years ago. It's not quite so big. Anyway, completely off track. They're going into the oven, 180 degrees Celsius for about 12 minutes. And then we can eat the cookies. These look amazing. They've spread nicely, evenly cooked. There's chocolate that is melted in it. Salty crisps. This one, the crisp has divided perfectly into 4, which is really cute. I need to eat one, so I'm going to get some sexy shots of it and then we can eat the cookies. Let's give this a little bite. Let's do a taste test. This looks delish. I prefer like a very gooey, soft cookie, which is quite cakey, which I think probably comes from the baking powder, but it is good. It's a good cookie. It is delicious. The chocolate coated crisps are 10 out of 10. And the saltiness is really delicious. Let me dunk. It dunks well. It holds the moisture. It doesn't break. I personally think there could be some more bits done to it to make it better. Some more chocolate chips, as in chocolate chunks, not chocolate chips as in crisps. And potentially more of the chocolate coated crisps on top. But my husband, Thomas, absolutely adores it, has eaten 3 of them already, and so does the rest of my family. So I think I'm just being very pernickety. So personally, I'd give it maybe a 6.8, but I think overall, overarching, and what people would really enjoy, and most people would absolutely love this, I think it's got to be an 8.9. It's very close to a 9 or 10 out of 10. So 8.9 for the chocolate coated crisp cookie. I am trying to get, I don't want to be that person, but I'm going to be that person. I am trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, which I don't think we're that far off. So if you aren't subscribed already, maybe do, please. I'll beg you. It would be great. So like, subscribe, comment, follow along, and let me know if there's any other recipes you would suggest putting crisps into, because I'd quite like to eat them. Thank you, and good night.